Why do we ignore obvious warning signs? It's like that friend who keeps telling us they're about to leave but sticks around for another hour. Well, your heart could be sending you similar signals. And unlike that friend, it won't stick around forever if you ignore it. Chest pain, the classic drama queen. Chest pain, or angina, is like the headliner of a rock concert. It grabs all the attention. Most heart attacks involve some type of chest discomfort, but don't expect it to be overly dramatic every time. It might feel like a dull pressure, a squeezing sensation, or even fullness. It can last for more than a few minutes or go away, and then return, which makes it tricky. Some people might even experience the pain in areas like their back, shoulders, or arms, making it easy to overlook. But don't let this common symptom fool you. It's still a huge red flag. If you're feeling this type of discomfort, it's not the time to wait and see. Call 911 immediately because ignoring chest pain could cost you big time. Often, the pain may even be confused with something less serious like indigestion, making it even easier to brush off. The key takeaway: don't gamble with your chest. Shortness of breath, the out-of-shape excuse. Feeling winded after a simple task like walking across the room? That's not just because you skipped the gym last week. Shortness of breath, dyspnea, is a critical warning sign of a heart attack and can occur with or without chest pain. It happens when the heart is struggling to pump blood efficiently, causing a backup of fluids into the lungs. This makes it harder for oxygen to get into your bloodstream. Often, people will dismiss this as being out of shape, especially if they're resting when it happens. But if your lungs suddenly feel like they're protesting your every breath, it's time to act fast. Cold sweats, the uninvited guest. Imagine you're just sitting there, watching TV, and suddenly, you break into a cold sweat as if you've run a marathon. Sounds strange, right? Cold sweats are like your body's stress signal, triggered when it's not getting enough blood flow, especially when your heart is in trouble. You may feel clammy, and the sweat might drench your clothes even when the room temperature is normal. It's like anxiety's annoying cousin showing up for no reason. But here's the kicker: cold sweats, especially when they happen without a clear cause, could be your heart's cry for help. Don't brush this off as just nerves. Nausea, not just bad sushi. Nausea might seem like an innocent symptom. You probably just blame it on that suspicious sushi you had last night. But when it comes out of nowhere, it might be your heart, not your stomach, sending distress signals. The nausea associated with a heart attack doesn't necessarily come with the typical chest pain. Instead, it might be accompanied by sweating or shortness of breath, making it even easier to misdiagnose. Vomiting can also occur in some cases, but it's often the unexplained nausea that precedes a heart attack. Don't ignore it when paired with other symptoms, as it's more common than you think. Lightheadedness, not just a dizzy spell. Everyone's had a dizzy spell from standing up too quickly, but lightheadedness during a heart attack feels different. It's as if your body is staging a blackout. This happens when your heart isn't pumping blood effectively, reducing the amount of oxygen your brain is receiving. Feeling faint or woozy for no apparent reason should be a cause for concern. It may happen alongside other symptoms like chest pain, nausea, or sweating. If you feel like you're about to pass out, and you haven't just gotten off a roller coaster, it's time to worry. This could be your brain's way of telling you your heart is struggling. Jaw pain. No, it's not just TMJ. If your jaw starts aching and you haven't been grinding your teeth or chewing gum like a champion, you might want to consider the possibility of a heart attack. While chest pain gets all the glory, jaw pain, especially on the left side, can be just as telling. The pain may start in the chest and radiate outwards, traveling up to the jaw. This is more common in women than men and can occur without the usual chest discomfort. If your jaw starts hurting for no apparent reason, it's worth considering whether your heart is to blame, especially if this ache is paired with other symptoms like shortness of breath. Back pain, heart, not posture problems. We've all experienced back pain, sometimes from bad posture, other times from lifting something heavier than we should have. But when back pain is linked to a heart attack, it feels distinctly different. Instead of the usual sharp or localized ache, it's often a deep, dull discomfort that doesn't improve with stretching or heat application. This pain tends to show up more in the upper back, radiating from the chest area and can even spread to the shoulders and arms. Unlike musculoskeletal pain, heart-related back pain may come without any clear trigger and feels more like pressure rather than sharp, stabbing pain. If you've got back pain that's unexplained, persistent, and feels different from your usual aches, it's worth considering your heart might be the culprit. Heart palpitations, the drummer in your chest. Heart palpitations can feel like an unexpected drummer crashing a quiet party, catching you off guard. These are the rapid, irregular heartbeats that make it seem like your heart is trying to jump out of your chest. You may feel fluttering, pounding, or an odd rhythm, especially noticeable when you're resting. While stress, caffeine, or excitement can sometimes trigger these palpitations, when they are accompanied by other symptoms, like dizziness, chest pain, or shortness of breath, it's time to take them seriously. Heart palpitations that persist or feel extreme are not just annoying. They can be warning signs of an underlying heart issue. If your heart is skipping beats more frequently than you'd expect, especially with other symptoms, don't ignore it. Seek medical advice before it escalates into something more severe. Excessive fatigue, nap time, or heart attack. We all get tired, but if your fatigue feels overwhelming and out of the ordinary, there could be more going on. Excessive fatigue, particularly in women, can be one of the more subtle signs of an impending heart attack. It's not your typical, I need a nap kind of tired. It's extreme exhaustion that makes even the simplest tasks, like walking to the mailbox or climbing a single flight of stairs, feel monumental. You may feel drained from the moment you wake up, and no amount of rest seems to help. If you're feeling this kind of bone-deep exhaustion, and it's accompanied by other symptoms like shortness of breath or chest discomfort, it's time to listen to your body. Fatigue that hits out of nowhere and persists could be a big red flag for heart trouble. Indigestion or heartburn. It's not taco night. Heartburn and indigestion are easy to brush off as the result of that extra spicy burrito, but sometimes these symptoms can signal a heart attack. Heartburn linked to a heart attack won't go away with antacids or other digestive remedies. That often comes with an uncomfortable fullness, burning sensation, or pain in the stomach area. This discomfort is typically persistent and doesn't respond to typical treatments. If you've got indigestion that feels worse than usual, and especially if it comes with other heart attack symptoms, don't brush it off as just another spicy meal gone wrong. All right, folks, that wraps up our deep dive into the early warning signs of a heart attack. Remember, your heart doesn't come with a reset button, so don't ignore these signals. If you found this video helpful or learned something new, make sure to hit that like button, share it with your friends and family, and drop us a comment with any questions or thoughts. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more health tips and life-saving info. Thanks for watching, and stay heart smart.